As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Mothership, we have the yellow Zerg player. We have the yellow Zerg player himself. We have the Swedish Zerg representing Team Rody. It is Fjant. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, or bottom side, we have the green Protoss player from the land of the Netherlands representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Harstem. Let's go. Let us go. We're jumping into our fresh best of 5, not best of 3. And if you're in the chat, it is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we delve into our best of 5. Coming into this, I will say that Harstem is the favorite player coming into the series. Fjant had a very impressive performance previously, but he's still a bit of a younger up-and-coming player here. If we were casting, say, Gigi Machine or Young Yakov, that's someone who I would maybe even favor over Harstem. But Fjant alongside Iba, alongside Mixu, kind of like they're still, you know, trying to build up and trying to close that gap, I should say. And this is going to be a big challenge for Fjant, and we'll see if he can take that challenge. We'll see if we can bring him down. Let's go. Let us go. For now, Harstem does scout top right, does scout the northern section of the map, does not find his opponent yet. Remember, this is a 3-player spawn map over the Mothership. We are looking for each other, and the initial overlord from Fjant will find Harstem. We'll find him. Behind this, oh, early, sorry, I did miss this. Gas first, early link speed out of Fjant, making a wave of Zerglings and going all in. Fjant is going for a link flood. The probe does confirm all the Zerglings. Harstem now scouts the all in that's coming his way, and behind this we need a wall. Yeah, we do have the chrono boost here on the Zealot, so we do have a full, or soon to be full wall off as well. I wouldn't be opposed to a couple of extra boys being pulled. He's still looking. No, he's still looking. Yeah, Fjant is still searching for his opponent. Is still unaware. Does confirm that Harstem is nowhere to be found. And link speed is still on the way. Do we drone from here? For now, Fjant is supply blocks. Are we just all inning? No, he drones. Okay, he does drone up. So this is a big investment here from Fjant, and I don't see any damage being done. Adept has arrived. And Harstem is fine. Yeah, he defends. Harstem does defend. From here, Harstem getting to a Stargate, saturating his natural, getting to his own third base, Twilight Council, everything's looking pretty stable here from Harstem. It is Fjant who's behind, right? Like, the investment into all these links and link speed means that his natural is late. His natural is late, his economy is delayed, later worker counts, later saturation, later mining, later drone count, smaller drone count as well. So a very shaky start for Fjant. Take. Young Yakov and Gigi Machine are significantly higher than Fjant and Legulac. I mean, that's why we mentioned that I would favor the two of them over Harstem, right? That Fjant's, Mixu, and Iba, they're the Zerg players that are still trying to like close that gap and build themselves up. Tis what we mentioned. We don't need a Legulac to come to those conclusions. True. For now, Stargate open, okay. For now, we are going for set Stargates into the Void Ray first. Sorry, that was what I was meant to bring up. Here's that Void Ray first, hunting down the Overlords, denying vision, denying scouting. From here, Harstem can now start to break out, and we'll see if he hides anything here. The power of the Void Ray means that Fjant won't know what happens next. We could go second Stargate into Skytoss Rush, into Tempest, into Carrier, or we can see this early Twilight Council into Gateway Explosion. Now, based on the fact that we have an early Council, that we have 4 Gateways and no Forge, this does look like Glaive Adepts. Looks like Glaives. Now, there is a build like this where we go into Blink, and we go into Blink Aggression with very early Blink into a Gateway Explosion, into an 8-gate Blink all in, 8-gate 3-base Blink all in. So this could be the beginning of early Blink. Otherwise, we're expecting Glaives. We'll see. We shall see. Glaives or Blink. Show us what you got. Huh. And with that, the Twilight Council's done, and Glaives are on the way. So this is a little more of the more common and standard follow-up here with early Twilight Council. And the issue here is that Fjant has no idea. Why does he have no idea? Well, the Void Ray, right? The Void Ray hunted down the Overlord, so no scouting, no vision. Fjant, if he blindly skips his Roach Warren, that might just be game. Without a Roach Warren and without a Baneling Nest, it is very difficult to defend. Not impossible, but very difficult. Especially without forewarning. Behind this, we do have that safety Roach Warren, thankfully for Fjant. Now, I say safety Roach Warren, based on its positioning, it looks like he plans on making this a surprise and for this to be more aggressive. Yep, there we go, German Taxi. So Fjant is going for an all-in. Now, what hits first? Glaive Adepts or a Roachling Queen all-in with a German Taxi? It's going to be close. It's going to be close. We do see that I believe Fjant should be done droning. He's done droning. Adepts have been building up and banking here back at home, and if the Roaches are lined up in time, Fjant should defend without losing much at home, and then Fjant can just easily counterattack and end the game. So I think I do favor Fjant currently, but it's still going to be close. So here comes the move out. Harstem commits across the map. Back at home, we're amassing on more Lings and Roaches. I believe Everless was did finish. And can we minimize losses? Yeah, Roaches are revealed. Roaches try to hold the line. One Roach goes down. Queen as well. Big pickups. It's already getting out of hand. Shading to the natural, where we do have an army waiting. Yeah, Lings are in position. Nice round. Very nice round. One of the Queens still falls. But Fjant holds. Fjant, he holds. And now we're getting ready for the counterattack. Ooh, the Void Ray gets shut down as well. And here come the Dropper Lords. Yeah, Drop Lords are coming. Queen's going to be loading in. And here comes the all-in. And Harstem, he is hurting. He's in trouble. Throwing down a wall of batteries. 1, 2, 3 batteries. 4 batteries on the way. Oh, Fjant a little bit preemptive. A little bit premature. Gotta wait for the reinforcements. Remember, these are slow Roaches. The Roaches are slow. Lings, they try to collapse in. They do get us around on one. Yeah, one Stalker gets surrounded. Batteries are about to finish. Are they going to finish in time? Gets a cannon. Yeah, brings down the cannon. Boys are being pulled. All the ropes are going to fall as well. And if we can get on top of the main army here, we can end the game. It's close. The Vials. Oh my god. Yeah, Grey's in the army. The sentry goes down. The Lings are still flooding in. Batteries are finishing. There's 5 batteries here to defend. Oh, and is it too much? Oh, nice Miles. Nice Miles. They bring down another Stalker. Yeah, another Stalker goes down. Batteries are out of energy. And Fjant has done it. Fjant, he has done it. He has broken Harstem, punishing the Glaive Adepts, going for his own blind all-in. And with that Harstem, he has nothing left. He's down to, what, 4 Stalkers? Oof. Mobiles are landing. The Vials, oh god, they keep landing. Down to 3 Stalkers. And with that, Fjant will kick things off with a lead. It will kick things off with a win here, as Harstem desperately doing what he... Harstem coping a little bit here. Energy overcharge on the Oracle to do some damage. Let him play, Pappy, let him play. Aye, aye, aye. As that's going to be 27 probe kills. Once again, Harstem warping in, doing what he can with what little he has. As behind this, we do see Fjant, he's taking up. We have Roach Speed on the way. The expansion will fall. And Fjant, he was droning. Droning up to 46. Again, Harstem trying to micro his heart out. I got other boys. We still have some long distance mining, which is concerning. I suppose they may get called out. I mean, they get away with it for the most part, okay. True. They do get away with it. Here we see Harstem does pick off a couple of Roaches, so some decent pickups here by Harstem, but now we have Ling reinforcements. Again, they were delayed as Fjant was trying to take up. As Fjant depowers all the shield batteries, once again should be able to get on top of these Stalkers. Oh, gets a Queen. And again, Harstem looks like he should be able to defend the natural base at least, but trying to break out and trying to regain control of the third base, that's not going to happen. Like, no shot. As Fjant has a 4th expansion, still massing on more Zerglings. You can definitely argue that Fjant can just back off and just wait. Just wait to mass up. Oof. Catching out another Stalker. Yeah, Harstem overextends. Losing 3 Stalkers. Oof. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, 3, 4 Stalkers going down. Better control towards the end. So we're still throwing down more tumors. Just make sure there's no nexus. Oh my god, that's a lot of Ravagers. Jesus. What's been hurting Fjant? Do we have any queens back at home? They're rallying across. Okay, I was gonna say that I believe injects has been an issue because the initial drop load all in. So lava was an issue. Fjant is banking resources. That's allowed Harstem to stay in this game. Allowed him to stay in. Oof. Yeah, blinks forward into Ling reinforcements and GG. GG gets called, and Fjant takes game number 1. GG. Whew. Hey, again, Fjant starting things off with a bit of an upset here. Again, when it comes to the builds themselves, it was almost like a build order win for Fjant. Winding it back, Harstem, he did go for a Stargate Void Ray opener into Glaive Depths, and Fjant didn't scout. He was not aware of what was happening. Fjant instead was blindly going for his own Roach Ravager Queen all in, his own German taxi. So as a result, because Fjant was all in against a very tech-intensive and very aggressive Protoss player, in the end, the Glaives weren't worth it. Going into Glaive Depths was not worth it. It hurt Harstem more than helped him, and then bam, we had the instant counterattack because of the original all-in that Fjant was going for. GG. GG well played. So again, also build out a win there in favor of Fjant, and that leads us into game number 2. Going to be loading into White Rabbits. Let's go. We're loading into White Rabbits, and we'll see if Harstem can bring it back. We'll see if Fjant can gain a further lead. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of White Rabbits, we have the yellow Zerg player. We have the Swedish Zerg representing Team Ruddy, leading the series 1-0. It is Fjant. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the green Protoss player from the land of the Netherlands, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Harstem. Here we go. As we are going to be opening up. And we're going to be settling it. And I should also mention as well that game 1 was very build order specific. We don't expect to see Harstem, we don't really expect to see that dynamic again with Harstem going into Glaives against a German taxi. Like that shouldn't really happen again in this series. So that was like a very, very like specific situation, specific scenario in that first game. We'll see how Fjant can keep up with Harstem in a more standard game instead. That's what I'm most curious by. It's a strong start, don't get me wrong, but again, it was like a lot of things happened, like the stars aligned sort of thing, right? Like the stars did align in favor of Fjant. What about when the stars don't align? That's what I'm here for. For now, gate expand. Standard opening here by Harstem. Likewise, hatch gas pull out of Fjant. Remember, game 1 we saw the early pull, early gas, which did not pay off, by the way, but this time we have a much more standard build out of our Zerg player. Much more standard. Nothing wrong with being premature. Oh no. Copium, baby, copium. I mean, hey, the Fjant, he still got it done. Still got it done. Pulled it off back. So from here we're still just joining, saturating. We're soon to get into our tech of choice, waiting for a Harstem's move here. Based on the pylon placement, does look like a Stargate opener. Yep, Stargate opener here by Harstem. We'll see if he goes Oracle first or if he goes Void Ray again. Going for that Void Ray opener does allow you to once again try to mind game your opponent, make it look like the same build, and go for a different direction and try to like build throughout the course of this series. Otherwise, we could just be done with Void Rays and just go Oracle instead. I know that Harstem is also willing to be a little bit more exploratory when it comes to builds. He has been like hyper greedy at times and gotten away with that as well. Still thinking about his run at DreamHack. That was what, like 2 years ago, where he was just getting insanely fast third bases and having a very strong mid game as a result, and catching a lot of players off guard with that in PvZ. Now they're Oracle first. Okay, no Void Ray. Does open Oracle. Things they poke in. Is the German Taxi some Lambo vision? Yes, that's why it's called the German Taxi. True, true. It was it hit the mainstream. Jesus, oh god, I gotta reach back into my mind. Would that have been like 2019-ish? Like around 2019, like era of StarCraft, like 2019, 2020-ish. There were a couple of different builds that popped up. So after the German Taxi was popularized, then we had the Italian Vespa. We had the which was Rainer's invention. But like after that, like a bunch of builds popped up and they followed that naming scheme. So we had the Italian Vespa, and then we had the Warsaw Subway, which was a Laser's invention. Which, as you can imagine, that was a Nidus based all-in, hence the subway system. So I think those are the three that stand out for me. Unfortunately, there was nothing finished. There was no like Cyril. Cyril just played. He just played macro. Like he. All these other builds were all-ins. Oh, yes. I think this was all when they were when a bunch of them were on when they were on Clash. Very cool. The Clash boys. Were all three of them on Clash? A Laser, a Lambo, and Rainer? God. It's been a while. It's yeah, that was back when they were all on Clash. For now, it is going to be... Oh, Jesus. As Harstem, he does go for a standard follow-up here, going Stargate into Blink into a third expansion. I did notice that there was no Forge, which was a little bit suspicious, and we see why there's no Forge. We're saving that money for a very fast fleet beacon. Okay, so hyper greed, very tech-heavy play here by Harstem. Very tech-heavy. As we are rushing into, I would imagine, Tempest or just the Mothership. Meanwhile, Adepts they harass across the map. 5, 6 drones going to be going down. Do we get 7? Not quite. But very nice harass here. Remember, these are vanilla Adepts as well. Vanilla Adepts. They shade into the bases. They distract Fjant. 6 drone kills. Very nice damage here by Harstem. And again, is this just for the Mothership, or do we plan on making Tempest? Based on the amount of gateways that we have and Blink, it's hard to say. If we had a Forge, I think I would lean more towards Mothership if we're getting +1. Yeah, there it is. Mothership's on the way. So this is a very cheeky build. If you remember, speaking of old school and speaking of quirky styles, we'll discuss this after the Stalker aggression as we do poke in. Lings, they do counterattack though. They get into the middle line. Very nice. The battery's not done. Greed out of Harstem. No battery. Probe's going to be going down. At the same time, Stalkers, they find some queens though. And 1, 2 queens falling. 3 probes go down, but Harstem defends. Ooh, and these Stalkers are getting out of hand. Yeah, the Stalkers are getting out of hand here. They trade well. Here we go. We have Ling reinforcements. Gets a Stalker. Gets 1, gets 2. And Fjant is holding. Fjant is holding on. Behind this, Fjant dropped up to 69. He's now focusing and fixating on purely Ling Hydra production. Meanwhile, with this fast Mothership, we could be looking to recall into the main. I'm curious here how we're set up. There was a build where you would rush. Again, this was during the... Oh, God. This was like during like 2022-ish era StarCraft, where Protoss players would be rushing into motherships, and then they'd go into a mass gateway composition with sentries, importantly so, and then you'd recall into the main base and then force field the ramp. You'd force field the ramp, then just end the game. This was on, was this Hardwire? I want to say that was in the map pool at the time. No, sorry, a more popular map, if you remember, was Cosmic Sapphire. That's it. Cosmic Sapphire was in the map pool at the time. I remember seeing many a recall into the main on Cosmic Sapphire. That was disgusting. But we can see that we're not doing that. Harstem, he does keep the mothership with his main army. He's not going for the recall. So just a strong supportive unit early on. Just slowly breaking out. Once again, he does not touch any of the Skytoss units, just rush the mothership. We're going to break out. So we do see Fjant coming in from behind, and with that cloak, there's no detection. No detection. Oh my god, so much free damage. Yeah, Lings are going down. Hydras are sustained damage as well. Remember, Fjant is all in. We tried to emphasize this earlier. Fjant is not droning. He is not droning up his 4th base. He's cutting workers and staying with a Lair Tech army. It's a Lair Tech all in with Ling Hydra. And the longer this goes on, the better it is for Harstem. And not having detection is brutal. Yeah, Cloak did expire. Now we get the massive slow zone. Oof. Catching out one of the Hydras, a couple of Roaches, zoning back the army. And again, the longer this game goes on, the better it is for Harstem. As Fjant he's not set up for a long game. He's not set up for a macro game. Speaking of Massive Storm, catching up the Hydras. And it's looking bleak for Fjant. It is looking bleak. As Cloak is off of cooldown, we can Cloak again. Once again, we can see Fjant setting up for a flank. But the supply just is not high enough. Just does not have enough to work with here. Ooh. Yeah, Stasis Trap's going to be going off. Storm lands on the Hydras. Another Storm here on the south side as well. Yeah, Storms are connecting. And Fjant just cannot push in. And at this point, it's been outscaled. At this point, the only way that Fjant can win this game is if Harstem makes mistakes. If Harstem overextends. If he maybe splits up his army and is a little bit too inattentive. There is a chance. I mean, the Nexus is getting low, I suppose, but yeah, Harstem, he should be fine. Hydras are getting himself with the mothership. But the Storm, the Zealot reinforcements, all the Hydras go down. GG gets called, the all-in fails, and Harstem will tie the series 1-1. GG. Whew. GG, well played again. A very nice mothership timing. You saw the initial all-in built up towards that first big push at the forward expansion at the 4th base, and as Fjant committed to that first big push, Cloak was activated and there was 0 detection. All the Lings went down, a lot of Hydras went down as well, and that was the beginning of the end for Fjant, as that was the beginning of the defense for Harstem. Again, a really, really strong Cloak timing. Of course, Fjant was not expecting that. He was not expecting it. He was not ready for a mothership that early on, and with that, the aggression was shut down real fast and real quick. GG. GG, well played. The all-in fails, and with that, we're tied up. We're tied up here 1-1. We're loading into game number 3 on Tourmaline. So we go from one of the larger maps into a smaller map of the map pool. Much smaller map, shorter rush distance by ground, and we'll see how our players do approach this. When it comes to Harstem's build, I should also mention as well that rushing mothership like that was done back in the day. It was also done a little bit when we saw the buff to the mothership. I say the buff, the resource, the change where the mothership became cheaper, if you recall. It became cheaper. I want to say it became smaller as well. There were players who were playing around again with like mothership rushes during that period of time, and then, you know, they reverted those changes, and things changed once again, and I can't remember the last time we've seen specifically a mothership rush like that. So a bit of a quirkier build, a little bit old school as well, and crazy. So I appreciate it. I do appreciate some of the diversity as we're now getting into game 3 and spawning in the left hand corner. In the bottom hand corner here of Tourmaline, we have the yellow Zurich player from Lena, Sweden, representing Team Roddy. It is Fjant. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the green Protoss player from Lena, the Netherlands, representing Shellfire Rebellion. It is Harstem. We're tied up 1-1, and the drone has arrived to what? To hatch block. Yeah, we're moving into block. We might just settle to disrupt the wall off here, but there's no early pool. Yeah, it is denied. So I don't know if you noticed there, but because of the probe being on hold position here on the low ground, Fjant, he originally was not going to take his gas and pool. He was going to get a hatchery instead. Oh no, that's a kill. That's a kill. We do trade 1-1, and Harstem's able to freely expand. Fjant has a shaky start as a result. Delayed pool, delayed gas. As the hatch block does fail. Harstem heals ready for it. Also, now I want to double check actually, because I'm second guessing myself. When was the Clash era, and was a Laser, Lambo, and Raynor all on Clash at the same time? Like, I want to say yes. I want to say they were. Let's have a look. Clash. Yep. Oh, there we. Oh, we remember, Babby. Yes, a Laser, Lambo, and Raynor, they were all on Clash together. That was during the era where we saw those three builds rise up as well. That was okay. So in my mind, it was 2019. This was 2017. Okay. 2017 to 2021-ish. Yeah. Okay. So they started back in 2017, but yes, it was during that 2019-2020 era. Yeah. We remember. That's also when the Clash opener was popularized. Just because all the Zurich Clash players were doing it. Clash opener. True. Finale. But again, that for the modern viewers, that was like pre-Shopify, that was pre-Basilisk, that was pre AGO Esports. That's before all those teams. For now, Harstem does go for a standard opener, going Stargate into Oracle into a third expansion. So standard opening here by Harstem so far. Likewise, Fjant is droning, saturating. Again, when it comes to the openers, Fjant did have a bit of a shakier start with the delayed pull and delayed gas, so it was a little bit shaky here from Fjant. Outside of that, we're settling in, and welcome to Tourmaline. Tourmaline is a smaller map in the map pool, shorter rush distance by grounds. As a result, often all-ins are favored on this map because it takes very little time to get across the map. On top of that, we attempt to surround, but the depth does get away. Nice control by Harstem. Nice control. Does blow away in time, but typically when it comes to Tourmaline, it isn't just the aggression, it doesn't just the rush distance, I should say, but the bases themselves are very open. We have a very open area here at the natural. We have a very open third base as well, open linear third, and open forward base as well. So we often see aggression. Meanwhile, this time we are straight rushing into Fleet Beacon. This is not the same build as last time. Last time we went Blink first. It was Blink, Twilight Council, then Fleet Beacon. Here it is going to be, do we even go Void Ray? No. God, what an animal. Oracle into Fleet Beacon. This should be either a Tempest Rush or a Carrier Rush. Leaning more towards Tempest. So it looks like a Tempest Rush here by Harstem. Meanwhile, nice round. Oh my god. Yeah, the Oracle barely does get away. Meanwhile, the second Oracle does find damage here. 3 drones going down to the third. So decent damage dealt here in the mineral lines. And again, we are rushing up. Now, this forge should just be for cannons. So we're going to be getting into cannons, going to be setting up defensively here. Basically, Harstem is going to attempt to turtle. Oh, never mind. I was going to say he's going to attempt to turtle up, but no, we're rushing Mothership again. But this is a different build. Huh. So in my mind, the forge was just going to be for cannons to like hyper turtle up and have that kind of approach to things, but maybe not. Like, this Mothership allows for more aggressive potential. Yeah, +1 Mothership into a delayed Twilight Council. Yo, this is like a YouTube build. Like, this is... That's what this is. This is like a YouTube content. Like, I can see like Uthermal doing this for fun, like Pig doing this as well. The YouTubers, baby. True. Oh boy. Okay. Let's go. We're clowning, Patrick. We're clowning. Oh. As 3 drones going to be going down. Fjant, he of course has not scouted the main base. He's playing blind. It does go blindly here. Spire first. Okay. I believe the plan here is to go into Ling Muta, but am I concerned? So the plan is to go into Ling Muta here, and there is potential for damage for sure, especially considering there's no blink, right? There's no blink behind this. Is going to be a charge base follow-up instead. But I'm worried about the counterattack. Thankfully, it's going to be Ling Roach into Spire, so there is a Roach Warren available for a ground army. Mothership is revealed. And hopefully Fjant recognizes that this is still just a supportive mothership, though not going into Sky Toss, to not go Corruptor. Oh, the cloak! The cloak saves the base! No, no. You can't really see it here, but this Nexus is now invisible, so Ling's forced back. Is going Corruptor. Ay, ay, ay. The issue that I have with Corruptor in this kind of position here is that they have one job to do, and that is to kill the mothership, but that's all they can really do here. Whereas with Mutas, potentially we could have been harassing mineral lines, poking in, getting some economic damage, distracting Harstem, buying time while we build up an economy, and then build up into Roaches and into Corruptors and have like a layered approach to this. Going straight Corruptor means that we're just building up to one big push. Like we're building up to one like big assault. Corruptors are scouted. Now, to be fair, like if you do try to go Mutas here, like there's a chance that Harstem has cannons and batteries in position and the Mutas don't do much damage, but we can see that the mineral lines were exposed. But we have the strength of being able to see everything, right? Now Ling Roach moving in. Corruptors, they go for the dive. 1, 2, 3 volleys go off, and do they even kill the mothership? It's gonna be close. Ah, no, the battery. Yeah, the battery does keep it alive, and the Corruptors, they fail to kill the mothership. But hey, we kill the expand. The 4th base goes down. Nice damage. Kills the 4th. Not bad. I mean, it was still expensive as Fjant did end up losing 6 Corruptors in the process. Six Corruptors went down. Harstem rebuilding his 4th base. Meanwhile, Fjant should be building up into a second wave. Second wave, second push. Fjant's economy is struggling as well. Now trying to join up. It's just a really awkward game state for Fjant when it comes to like what to build, what to make, and what to try to achieve. Against a setup like this. As there's a bunch of storms. And they zone away the Roaches. Zealot by, sorry, a depth counterattack here at the same time, getting 5 drone kills. Oh, 6, 7. 7, 8 drones going down. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. Unfortunately, Harstem is just outscaling. At this point, he's just outscaling Fjant. Harstem has a better economy, and he's building up the better army. It's just higher quality here. We have Storm, Archons, Immortals, Mothership. Very high tech. And Fjant is being outscaled. He's now working towards Infestation Pits. But the scary thing about Tourmaline, which we alluded to earlier, because the map is so small, once you build up a death ball of an army, which Harstem has almost reached like peak death ball, you can just walk across the map and you get across the map so quickly. So quickly. Harstem moves out. And as that he rotates. Likewise, still holding on to what, 6 High Templar? Aye. Yeah, 6 Templar, plenty of storms. Storms they connect. Roaches are softened up. Roaches they can tank a storm here and there, but not this many storms. Like Roaches they will crumble. Meanwhile, 2 more Stargates. This time we are actually getting ready for Sky Toss. Harstem working in that direction. Oof. Another Corruptors, they get caught out. Massive storms. Yeah, massive storms, massive damage on the Corruptors. Storms, they connect. We're holding on to, I believe, 1 storm left. Harstem is going to be careful not to be a little bit too cavalier with those storms and be a little bit too wasteful. But I mean, the storms have been connecting. Mothership finally goes down. Yeah, the Mothership goes down. Bowser try to buy some time. And Harstem just commits. Yeah, he commits across the map. Not getting within range of the bases. Oof. Yeah, Master Storm with the Ravage. Oh no, he gets back to the storm. No! Almost maximum damage with the storm. You can see how deep in the red the roaches are. Deep in the red. Oof. Yeah, another storm lands. Okay. Storms, they just keep landing, pappy. And they keep landing here as well. We have to pull the boys. The Hive is here. I took note of the lair being made here earlier, and now we're stuck with the Hive at a 4th location. We just ignored it anyway. We just chased down the Vinyl Army here, and the Fjant cannot sustain these losses, losing all the workers, all the mineral lines. Carrier production has begun. We have a couple of Brood Lords here to hold on. Let's go. We have some Broods. Doesn't matter. Zelda wreak havoc. 42 drone kills. Crazy damage. And again, Fjant just had a really awkward mid game. It felt like he wasn't too certain what to make, and I don't blame him. As I mentioned before, like it was just a very unique composition from Harstem, very unique build. And Fjant seemed a little bit unsure as to how to approach it. If you recall, when it came to the initial like assault here in the center base, like Fjant, he lost all of his Corruptors. Did cancel the 4th base, but he had a very low drone count, so it wasn't really worth it. Like, Fjant never had the better economy, is the reality. Like, maybe there's a world where it's better to actually drone up to 4 bases and have a proper economy before committing to your assaults. Or trying to hit earlier as well, maybe. Well, don't quite connect. GG gets called, and again, Fjant just doesn't really have much left here. Harstem, he will take a 2-1 lead in the series. Ooh, GG, well played. Harstem will take a lead, and Harstem is now 1 game away from claiming the series itself. We'll see if Fjant can bounce back. Can he bounce back and force the ace match? The pressure is on. Now, so far, 2 games in a row, we have seen a variation of carrier rush out of Harstem. Does that trend continue? I mean, coming into our next map, honestly, rushing carrier or just straight rushing Tempest is a little more common here for good reason. Let's get into it. Up next, 10,000 feet. Let's go. Small map of the map pool. True, it is a smaller map, but very defendable, very comfortable 4-base setup here on 10,000 feet. We've seen many a player turtle up and rush Sky Toss. Even in recent times, Hero, Classic have been fond of just relinquishing map control and turtling up and building up into that endgame army. Do we see that here as well? We're here to find out. We're here to find out. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the green Protoss. Sorry, we have the yellow Zerg, with the yellow Zerg player himself from the land of Sweden, representing Team Roddy. It is Fjant. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the green Protoss player representing Shelf Rebellion, leading the series 2-1. It is Harstem. Let's go. Let us go. So we're getting into game number 4 here. Again, some quirky builds at a Harstem. Some quirky builds, some shenanigans. What do you have for us this time? Do we see Mothership Rush again, Babby? Maybe. Do we see just a straight up Sky Toss Rush? Tempest Rush? Again, like not unheard of on 10,000 feet. Not unheard of. When it comes to the map itself, as we mentioned, the rush distance is very short on this map, the shortest out of any map in the map pool. Like, that is true, but at the same time, despite how small the map is, despite how short the rush distance is, it's very defendable. The reasoning for this is because of the third location. The third base is in front of the natural, and you have the high ground advantage as well, so defending this location can be very easy. We're going for a Link Flood. Gas first. Gas first into pool, late expansion, we're flooding Lings. Let's go. Lings are going to be flooding across the map. The drone is here to mine through the mineral wall. That is one of the features here on 10,000 feet. We do have a secondary entrance into the natural, but you have to work through it. You have to work through it here. Gas guys are now on the way. Drone is kept hidden. I believe Lings are not there. Yeah, Lings are spotted. Now Harstem is aware to check. He now knows. Now the way this works here is if you take this gas, guys, you can mine a mineral patch, then destroy the patch by mining gas, and then go back and forth. Just go back and forth. Where are we going? Drone, no, where are we going? Yeah, Lings they poke in. They get some good surface area on the Cybercore. Cybercore is exposed. But the drone there, a little bit of miscontrol here from Fjant. The drone did race back home. Oh, Lings, they don't get us around. But they do collapse on that Cybercore. Boys are being pulled. Can we save the Cybercore? Can we save it? Oh, we're trying to. Yeah, we are trying, but the Cybercore should fall. Backup core is on the way. Fjant mining through that wall. It's almost open. It's almost open. One patch left. Automas. Can he get in? He can. Yeah, he can get in. The wall is open. The Lings they flood on forward. We have one Zell to defend. We have one Adept on the way. We get into the mineral line. Probes. Yeah, probes are going down. Harstem did not check. Ooh, gets surrounded. Yeah, big surround here. But the boys are here to defend, and the Zealot may go down, but so far we're running out of Lings. Yeah, running out of Zerglings here. 4 probes going down. The Adept is protected. Second Adept has now arrived. Battery is on the way. And Fjant, there's no macroing out of this. Not like this. Remember, Harstem, he's up a base, he's up in workers. The longer this goes on, the better it is for Harstem. There is some nice surface area in this Cybercore for sure. He starts to drone. Oof. I see one drone. Do we try to make more? Do we start to lose faith, Backy? As Lings they attempt to commit. But Epsay will shade away. Barely shading away. As Lings they collapse into the main. Oh. They collapse into the main base. Likewise, they get. Oh, they try to surround the Cybercore. Once again, we see another drone in production. So again, Fjant, he's second guessing himself. Don't blame him. It's looking a little bit rougher over time. Does surround one of the Adepts at least. Catches one. Harstem did slip up. But now we have the Stargate. Now we have the Stargate. Now we have a full wall off here on the right hand side. Is that full? Not quite, but close enough. Yeah, walling off this area. And again, things are looking bleak for Fjant. Look at the worker count. Fjant, he's on 16 drones. Now 21. 21 workers compared to the 31 of Harstem. Harstem is up by 10 workers, and he has further tech as well. Stargate means Oracle's on the way. Oracle means we're going to be able to harass across the map. Do we have a queen back at home? We have one queen at the natural. We have one queen in the main base. No spores, as we can't really afford any spore crawlers anymore. Not at the moment. And the Oracle can just ignore the queen and get, what, 3, 4, 5 drone kills? Oh boy. Harstem claiming a third. The Oracle staying at home. Catching out a Zergling. Now we have 2 queens. Second queen of the natural. Fjant moves in to attempt his rounds. Decent, very nice round actually. He gets all 3 adepts. Okay. Gets all 3. Lings, they can try to flood in, but there's a secondary wall. Yeah, wall off just in time. The Oracle's racing back home to defend. We do have a second Oracle on the way. It's still not yet done. Good damage here by Fjant. It's something. Takes down 3 adepts. Takes down one of the pylons. Behind this, going for the Roach Warren, and this should be for a Roach all-in. Like, again, Fjant's trying to macro in this game. It should not be possible. And Harstem really likes his Mothership rushes. Like, he's really fond of them. Okay. Again, I can't recall the last time I've casted Harstem play StarCraft, so I'm not too familiar with his current approach to the game, but okay, sure. Likes his Mothership. He likes it, Pappy. And here comes that all in. Roaches at queens as well. They're walking across the map. We're waddling across, Pappy. We're waddling. Let's go. Things that take on the Cybercore. Get a nice pickup. The rest of the army's coming in. We got 5 queens and roaches in one way or another. Either Fjant kills Harstem or he dies trying. The game will end. Meanwhile, Mothership is coming. As you mentioned, Harstem, he likes his Mothership rush. True. Roaches, they move in. They do focus on the Zealots. 1, 2, 3 Zealots going to be going down. Queens have almost made it. I mean, so far, good damage here from Fjant. He breaks the third. Oh, even takes down the Oracle as well. Very nice. But I'm getting deja vu. What I mean by that is that there is no lair. That means there's no overseer. That means when the Mothership arrives, we can cloak and nothing can be done about it. Can Harstem save the expansion? No shot. Nah, it's too late. It's too late. Nexus will go down. Alright, just morphing in. Queens, they hit the natural. And again, the Mothership has arrived. About to reveal itself. Ideally, you want to hold on to it. You want to hold on. Make the army commit. There it is. Cloak is activated. Oh yeah. Holding on to it. Yeah, we're holding on. The Queen's getting low. There's no transfuse. There's no creep. Jesus. Yeah, Mothership shots, they just go up on the Zerglings. There's a cloak. And we gotta get out of here. The Queens are waddling back. They're trying. Oh. Bile Zone quite connect. Yeah, Bile Zone connect. Slow zone on the Queens. Every Queen will fall. There's no escaping. And the Mothership on its own will kill everything. The lasers back. With that, Harstem defends, now claiming his base on the right hand side, retaking his third. And he attempts a counterattack. He does catch a couple of stalkers. No blink, true. No blink. As Lings, they do catch out some more stalkers and sentries, but it's going to be a one-way trip here. Yeah, almost one way. Fjant still barely has an economy. Still 39 workers. Still 39. So, I mean, we're trying to drone up. We're trying to macro here. We're trying to saturate. But again, Harstem is looking a little more comfortable here. The pressure is still very much on Fjant. If he can pull off like a run by, a counterattack with that Spire, once again, we have potential for mutas. And mutas have potential to find some damage and out control or out position your opponent. There is potential here for a way to recover in this game. But as things stand, Harstem is looking comfortable. He's looking good. He's looking good. We are going to be amassing corruptors. It's going to be the answer here to the mothership. But alongside it, we need a stronger economy to afford roaches. That's the issue here. We can't afford both. We're trying. And we get spotted. Harstem's going to calm down, and Harstem has to take a more defensive stance. Back up to the batteries. And Muster taking a lot of damage so far. Oof. Takes a lot of hits, pulls back to the Archons, pulls back to the Stalkers. Cloak is now going to be on cooldown and got baited out early. Was forced earlier on. Zealot's not within range of the battery. Has to pull away. And Fjant, he does find some damage here, just depounding some gateways. Slowing down Harstem. Let's try to slow him down. Likewise, Corruptors, they do go for the dive. They don't quite get the mothership. Yeah, Harstem so far is holding on. Yeah, SimCity does make it awkward here to engage into. And we're waiting for the Zealots to activate. Waiting for it, Pappy. Oh, yeah, now they come in. Yeah, Roaches, they're going to be cleaned up on the right-hand side. The Ravagers, they do pick off one of the Archons, and the Archons can't actually engage. Yeah, the SimCity working against Harstem here. A bit of an awkward engage with these Ravagers are still exposed. Massive slow zone. Again, Harstem be defense on the right-hand side. Ooh, massive Biles though. Okay, yeah, he finds some damage in the mineral line, but GG, that's all he had left. GG gets cool. That's all he had. The all-in fails, and Harstem will claim the series 3-1, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. Again, Harstem with the mothership rushes. 3 games in a row, Pappy. Aye. But of course, this game was decided much earlier than that. So winding it back here on 10,000 feet, we saw that Fjant went for a massive Link Flood, went for a massive all-in early on, and failed to do enough damage. We saw that he, as the aggression subsided, he was down over 10 workers compared to Harstem. With the all-in failing, Harstem was able to take a third base. The third was eventually broken, but that was still not enough to recover. Like, Fjant was still behind, Fjant was still all-in. And even though he was able to kill a Cybercore here and there, catch some Stalkers, kill the third expansion that one time, it was still not quite enough to make up for that and to recover, and Harstem was able to outscale with the mothership, with more Archons, with a greater, more robust ground army. GG. And the greater economy as well, of course. GG, well played. With that, congratulations, Harstem. He will claim the series, but a shout out to Fjant for making a series out of it. And again, a very unique and quirky style here from Harstem, as reliant on the mothership as he was. For now, we're going to be going on a short break. We have 2 series left here tonight. It's been a long broadcast, 4 hours already. We're going to reach that 5-hour mark. We're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll have a PvP, another best of 5. Remember, purely best of 5s moving forward. It's going to be a PvP between Art and Lelix. Also, my condolences, as Fjant is now knocked out of the tournament. He is now out of the OSC mid-season playoffs. Harstem run continues as we get into a PvP between Lelix and Art. We'll see you soon after the break. See you soon.